Frame 4 here at the Wuxi City Sports Park Stadium. Yinghui leading Reanne Evans 3-0. Covering this event for the last few years, and of course home of Yinghui, Neil.
Yes, he is from Wuxi, and in some ways, of course, he's one of the reasons why there is a tournament there in the first place. Of course, the Wuxi Classic initially was just an invitation. It was almost a pipe opener to the season, but was given full ranking status for the first time last summer. And Ricky Walden came away with the title. Before that, as I say, it was just a tournament which was, it would have been nice to win, but it didn't carry ranking points. But it's one of 5 ranking events in this part of the world. 5 Chinese tournaments, which the international is the biggest. It's got the similar profile to the UK Championship now in the event that's held in York in the north of England, because it's high tariff points and high tariff prize money, but that will come on later in the season, and you can watch it all live on Eurosport. But this, well, it'd be a good tournament to win. It would get a ranking tournament early in the season. And if you think about what happened last year, Ricky Walden, he won this, and of course at the end of last season he got to the semi-finals of the World Championship, so it held him in good stead to have some confidence behind him. That was a really well cued shot in the middle. He plays well. I think he's a little bit, how can I put it, deceptively good, Yinghui. There's nothing flashy about his game, but he doesn't miss many.
It had to be a safety at the end. Didn't land on any red. Keeps the pressure on Reanne Evans. That was a better safety.
I agree, very well weighted. And of course the problem here, now the red has gone on the left of the table, it's one to avoid on the way back up from the safety shot that Zhu has got to play. Ooh, he's only just avoided it. Cue ball was travelling, and that's a lovely little cannon on the yellow that he knew nothing about. So Reanne has got the same problem for the red on the left on the way back up for the safety shots. It's kind of in a direct line. That's a worry. So she's got to negotiate a path back to bulk as well. She's gone the thick route over onto the far side of the table. That's again, that's a nicely played shot with a lot of right hand side on the cue ball to whip it round the angles. Must be remembered, of course, that Reanne Evans is, as a lady player, virtually unbeatable against her own sex. It's just completely in her own league at the moment. With a terrific record.
Yeah, we were just saying, weren't we? I mean, what is it, 9 years in a row now, women's world champion. She has an opportunity to score heavily here. And remarkably, I think it was back in 2006, she actually won it, despite the fact she was 7.5 months pregnant. That's a remarkable performance.
Yeah, she's in a league of her own when it comes to the women's game. She really is, and it's good to see her playing on the male circuit. And the chance has come, because she was in a relationship with Mark Allen, and of course, if you've got a long memory, you'll remember that played at the Crucible against Matthew Stevens, and young Lauren, Reanne's daughter, was in the front row at the Crucible, and Mark got the win against Matthew.
Yeah, it was a nice touch, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, those two are not together anymore, Reanne and Mark. I think they still have a very friendly relationship, though. And it was kind of one of those moments, really, wasn't it? And, I don't think Matthew Stevens enjoyed it very much, but everyone else seemed to be having a good time at the Crucible that evening.
Well, Mark Allen was down and out in that match, wasn't he? I'm trying to remember if it was 9-4, 9-5, but I think it might be 9-5, and then Mark Allen took off, didn't he?
Yeah, and we don't know whether young Lauren will ever be a snooker player, but if she is, she's comes from good stock, really, doesn't she, from the snookering sense? She's entitled to be probably the greatest snooker player that's ever lived, I should think.
You never know. Stranger things have happened.
Reanne as her mother and Mark Allen as a father. Quite something.
Well, she's got a chance here. And she knows, I mean, this is a chance she needs to take, Neil.
Yeah, and that was a lovely shot, Tim. Just there was pressure on it, and she knocked it in as if it was nothing. And now we're starting to at last see what a decent player she is. Very left-eye dominant. If anyone has had a chance to notice that yet, if we can get a low shot of the way she cues the ball, it's all left-eyed. The way that she sights the ball.
She's just got herself now into a nice little rhythm as well.
Yeah, in a frame that she absolutely needed to win. I mean, 4-0 down, best of 9. You're thinking about your flight home, I would think. It's not necessarily a platform for any form of a comeback. Now you can see what I mean. Her chin is actually below the cue. Anyone who has watched snooker as long as I have will remember Graham Miles, whose cue action was not dissimilar. Very right-handed player, very left-eyed. There you can see what I'm saying. And Graham was exactly the same. Even if anything, his sighting was even further across. It was a tremendous player from the Midlands, Birmingham area in the 70s. Of course, former pot black winner. But I think you'd have to be of a certain age to be comparing Graham Miles to Reanne Evans, because that's the only comparison I can think of is the way they cue.
Showing your age, Neil.
Yeah, possibly so.
She's taking these well.
Yeah, there's Yinghui. I wonder if he's ever heard of Graham Miles. I very much doubt that. That's okay. A little bit tentatively played, I thought, but it's gone in. Not a natural ability in her game. You know, she doesn't take an awful long time. She's not mechanical. Fairly long bridge, and a nice touch. And I think we're seeing here that has got a rightful place on the men's tour on sheer ability. And of course, if she's got a rightful place on the tour, then as much as it's annoying, let's say it again, she was drawn out to play the wildcard player, and that has to stand. or two snooker enthusiasts are saying it's a PR opportunity missed, but listen, you have to play by the rules.
Well, what's definite now is that she's on the board. This has been really good from Reanne Evans. She was under pressure here, and this is what she's produced. The highest break of the match so far. She can release that red, the possibility of a century.
Yeah. Frame is secure. I only see one red on that table there, and the other side has just been changed, that graphic. So this is more like it, and it's certainly set Yinghui back a little bit. He'll lead 3-1. He's got a game on now, and he's fully aware of that. That was a lovely break, Tim, wasn't it?
Top break. Unfortunately, couldn't make the century, but it's a break of 79, and she will be relieved, but very, very pleased with that. She took them extremely well as we go to the mid-session interval.